Hey everyone, David here, and I hope things are going really well for you today, no matter where you happen to be in the world. I've been deep in the trenches lately, trying to crack the code on turning those massive, hour-long videos into snappy, post-ready short clips without all the usual frustrating back and forth. I've tested a whole spectrum of digital assistants, including some surprisingly sharp speech-to-text utilities that nailed the dialogue almost perfectly. However, the absolute undeniable game changer that completely streamlined my entire production pipeline turned out to be a platform called Vizard, and that's exactly what I want to break down for you today. Before we jump into the nuts and bolts of the workflow, a friendly heads up. Many of these powerful AI content tools frequently roll out short-term trials or temporary free access periods, so definitely take advantage of those offers while they are active. But let's be clear, the true takeaway here isn't just to randomly sample every new tool that pops up, it's about strategically assembling the perfect toolkit to manage content creation efficiently at an ever-increasing scale. So, my initial project involved feeding two of my longest videos into a separate transcription service just to see what kind of raw data I could pull out. That initial transcription utility performed phenomenally well, easily handling tough accents, accurately differentiating between speaker changes, and even intelligently tagging subtle audio cues like a spontaneous laugh or a cough. The actual upload process was delightfully straightforward. You simply drag your source files into the window, confirm the source language or let the system auto-detect it, and then click the big transcribe button. The resulting output was incredibly clean, giving me back plain editable text, standard SRT files for subtitles, a doc file, HTML, and all the expected export formats in one convenient package. For the specific job of pure text conversion, that initial tool is genuinely fantastic. It's fast, remarkably accurate, and surprisingly capable across multiple different languages. Yet, here's the critical realization I came to. Transcription accuracy, while impressive, is actually just one small, isolated piece of the entire creator content puzzle. Getting a nearly flawless written transcript is certainly a huge win, saving you tedious manual typing time and providing excellent raw material for SEO optimization. However, what I fundamentally required was a way to actively transform that long-form material into compelling, snackable short clips that are designed from the ground up to drive views, comments, and shares. Crucially, I needed a system that could automate the majority of that tedious repurposing process without constant manual intervention from my side. This is precisely the point where the Vizard platform steps in and completely changes the equation for any creator dealing with heavy loads of webinars, lengthy live streams, or interview-style recordings. Vizard excels by simultaneously accomplishing three major tasks exceptionally well: automatically pinpointing the most viral potential moments within the footage. Secondly, it instantly transforms those moments into fully polished short clips that are immediately ready for posting across any social platform you use. And finally, it manages the entire end-to-end scheduling and publishing sequence, so you are completely freed from having to babysit every single account individually. The feature I am most excited to show you, which honestly blew my mind when I first saw the results, is the automatic identification and editing of viral clips. Vizard's core engine thoroughly analyzes the entire source video to intelligently identify moments with the highest predicted engagement potential, looking for things like sudden energy peaks, strong sound bites, emotional shifts, or key questions being asked. It then autonomously generates a suite of multiple, unique short clips that are perfectly optimized for the specific aspect ratios and viewing habits of major social media platforms. This capability means you completely eliminate the grueling process of scrubbing through hours upon hours of footage just to hunt down that single, perfect 30-second highlight gem. In essence, the tool functions as an incredibly smart, tireless junior editor that highlights all the compelling segments people are actually motivated to stop scrolling for. Moving on to the next huge time saver, the auto-schedule feature kicks in once those optimized clips have been successfully created and approved by you. You simply define your desired posting frequency, say 3 clips a day or 1 per platform twice a week, and Vizard automatically queues them up across your entire suite of social profiles. This completely removes the need for manual uploading to diverse places like Instagram stories, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or even X, whatever your main channels might be. You input the frequency goal and the system intelligently fills out your content calendar, which is an absolutely monumental time saver when consistency is key to audience growth. This automation is what truly separates a tool designed for scale from one that just offers a single helpful feature in isolation. The content calendar is where the entire organized view of your short-form strategy comes together in a highly visual and manageable way. From this centralized dashboard, you can review every single upcoming post, make necessary tweaks to the accompanying captions, quickly swap out thumbnail frames, or even manually reschedule items if your priorities suddenly shift. It transforms from being merely a simple scheduling application into the true mission control center for all your repurposed short-form content efforts. Now, please do not mistake my enthusiasm for suggesting that dedicated transcription tools are entirely without merit, as they remain incredibly useful for generating captions and boosting search visibility. However, many solutions that are transcription first tend to stop right there. They give you great text and serviceable SRTs, but then you are still left exporting everything and manually assembling the clips in a separate, dedicated video editor. Think about traditional editors like Filmora. They are incredibly powerful for crafting meticulous, hands-on edits, but they still force you to manually identify every single moment and make all the creative choices yourself for every clip. Furthermore, some of the other content repurposing platforms on the market suffer from being overly clunky, or they implement frustrating pricing models based on confusing hourly usage or per export fees, which rapidly inflate costs when you are pushing content out daily. Contrast that entirely with Vizard's integrated approach, which smoothly glues the entire complex workflow together from start to finish. It seamlessly handles the detection of the best bits, builds multiple ready-to-use clip variations, formats them correctly with aspect ratios and captions, and then manages the final scheduling step. If you have ever felt completely swamped by the sheer logistics of simply posting content consistently across channels, this connected pipeline is the precise element that solves that massive bottleneck. Based on my extensive testing period, one of the most immediately appreciated practical aspects was that Vizard delivers fully editable, generated clips for fine-tuning. While the initial automatic selections made by the AI are generally quite solid and impressively accurate, you always retain the power to manually tweak the endpoints, lengthen or shorten the clip, and refine the automatically generated captions. This refinement capability is critically important because, as we all know, automated subtitles or captions are very rarely 100% perfect right out of the gate, right out. Remember those awkward, overly long subtitle lines that some basic transcription tools would export? Vizard gives you granular control to sculpt those captions so they conform perfectly to platform norms and read naturally within the clip. Another massive time saver that I cannot stress enough is Vizard's built-in presets for handling aspect ratios across different services. You can instantly generate a vertical cut perfect for TikTok and Instagram Reels right alongside a square or standard horizontal version for other networks, with the framing adapting intelligently each time. This feature alone saves an enormous amount of time compared to the old method of exporting 3 or 4 separate versions manually after resizing and reframing everything in an editor. Now, to maintain total transparency and offer a truly honest review, I do need to call out a couple of the platform's current limitations that you should be aware of. Vizard is definitely not intended to be a replacement for the deep, nuanced editing required when you need highly cinematic results or complex, multi-layered scene composition. If your primary goal involves intricate motion graphics, complex visual effects, or multi-camera color grading, you will absolutely still need industry staples like Premiere, Resolve, or another hands-on editor. Vizard's true, undisputed sweet spot is centered entirely around achieving maximum speed and efficient content volume, taking one large file and creating dozens of social-ready assets very, very quickly. Furthermore, while the automatic topic detection engine is very strong, it is not infallibly perfect every single time, meaning that a final human review before publishing sensitive content is still highly recommended as a best practice. When I mapped out the various workflows side by side, a few core differences in functionality immediately stood out for comparison purposes. Pure transcription services nail the text conversion process and might even handle speaker labeling, but they completely stop short of turning that text into shareable social clips or managing the subsequent scheduling. Traditional editors provide immense creative power for detailed work, but they inherently require you to manually conduct all the time-consuming discovery work to find the key moments for every single short clip you want to produce. Vizard's unique advantage is that it successfully bridges that chasm by finding the moments, building multiple clip options, formatting them instantly for each required platform, adding captions, and then helping you publish everything efficiently at scale. This solution is specifically engineered for the modern creator who prioritizes maximizing content output without letting the quality of the repurposed assets suffer. On an important ethical note, which I feel is crucial when discussing powerful automation, we must always remember that increased capability comes with increased responsibility. You must strictly use these powerful tools to amplify your own unique, original content or any material where you explicitly hold all the necessary usage rights. Never manipulate media in a way that could potentially mislead your audience, and always be meticulously mindful of gaining proper consent when repurposing clips featuring interviews or guest appearances. Regarding the practical side of investment, you need to consider how different pricing models affect your budget, because hourly transcription fees or per export charges can become prohibitively expensive for high-volume daily posters. Vizard's pricing structure is intentionally designed around the concept of creator efficiency and scale, offering significant time savings and organizational consolidation that often easily justifies the cost because you are reclaiming hours previously lost to manual tasks. To illustrate what this actually looks like in a typical day-to-day working routine, I simply upload the raw long video file to the service. Vizard then spends a few minutes analyzing the entire recording before presenting me with a curated batch of suggested, ready-to-go highlight clips for my review. I can then quickly skim those suggestions, make minor trimming adjustments if necessary, select the best caption set, and immediately hit the schedule button for distribution. While Vizard is diligently pushing out the scheduled content across all my platforms, I am completely free to focus on recording the next piece of long-form content or dedicating energy to meaningful community engagement. It effectively transforms the often dreaded grind of content repurposing into a streamlined, semi-automated system that runs predictably in the background. So, to offer a final summary, if your absolute primary need is only flawless transcription, there are several excellent and increasingly accurate services available for that singular task. However, if your core business goal is achieving consistent, high-volume short-form content generated from your longer assets, meaning more reach, more clips, and significantly less operational friction, then Vizard emerges as the more practical end-to-end choice. It absolutely does not substitute for your unique creative judgment or that final human touch, but it drastically slashes the tedious, repetitive busywork, allowing you to prioritize the creation and community aspects that truly matter most. Alright, that wraps up my initial overview of this powerful tool for now. If you are someone constantly battling the sheer volume of long videos and seeking a much smarter method to produce social clips, I genuinely encourage you to test Vizard and see how it reshapes your personal production workflow. And hey, please test whatever transcription tools you prefer for initial captioning, but always remember to evaluate the entire content pipeline. Find, clip, caption, schedule, and publish. That complete loop is where the real efficiency gain is found. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this deep dive, and I will definitely catch you all in the very next video.